Hey everyone, I'm Joe and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. So, last episode, things got a little bit gnarly, shall we say. We woke up to find that horror had taken place during the night and Gavin had unwillingly murdered poor little innocent Alfira. Thank you for all the lovely comments in the last episode. Yes, it did affect me quite a bit. And it was intriguing. I almost felt completely disconnected from Gavin in that moment. I felt disconnected from the character I'd created because, and I do have to remember that this is the Dark Urge after all. This is an origin character, you know, the Dark Urge is an origin character. It's not a custom tab, it's not your own custom character. Even though I've made a custom character, that was the moment that it finally clicked properly that the Dark Urge is its own thing. It's its own thing, and it made a decision that I had no input in, no choice in whatsoever, and it was tough. It was tough to come to terms with that. Come to terms with the fact that this guy that I've created did something so heinous in the middle of the night. It was like creating a sim in a Sims game. It's like creating a sim, making them go to the toilet, making them get in the shower, having them make their own dinner, and then you look away for a second and you come back and they've murdered someone. You're like, whoa, what? Hang on a minute. I didn't tell you to do that. It was weird. It was bizarre to process that. It was like waking up and finding out your son had murdered someone, basically. Maybe not that intense, but you know what I'm saying. But as angry as I was, I gotta give props to the devs. That was very, very effective, the way that was done. And as much as I lamented the fact that it was Alfira that happened to, it almost had to happen to her. Because of how innocent and nice she was. It really drove home that message. And I think the only other character I could possibly think of that happening to that would be as effective would be Barkus. Barkus and Alfira are such pure-hearted characters, and having that happen to him or her would have been just as impactful, I feel like, but it wouldn't have hit home if it was someone else. So the fact that it was her, it almost had to be her. As awful as that is, it really got the message across, and it was really effective the way it was done. I do wish she could have stayed in the camp a bit longer. Looking back, it's like she joined the camp just to die. That's awful. It's so awful. But yeah, it was very effective, and I can only praise the devs for that, for how effective it was, really. And we're even covered in her blood. Look, we're still covered in her blood. That is awful. And yes, like I mentioned before, we are going to carry her loot for the rest of the damn game, because this will be a reminder going forward. As people suggested, there's some great roleplay stuff we can do here, I feel like. So
lies before me.
I definitely, let's say I downloaded the Withers mod at the wrong time. Let's say that having that be in the episode that we murdered Alfira was it was a very jarring tonal shift. I'm just glad I didn't pay attention to it at the end of last episode. I think if I'd murdered Alfira last episode and I saw her lifeless corpse there, and then I spun the camera around to see Withers standing there with his boobs out, that would have probably sent me over the edge. I wouldn't have been able to cope with that. That's just too jarring of a tonal shift for me, but we are going to keep this mod for the time being. It gives Withers a new presence in the game, and yeah, it's nice to have, like I said in my Discord, it's nice to have 2 extra party members along for the journey. In fact, speaking of party members, I think I'm going to name his boobs Barkus and Alfira in honour of the 2 characters that really should have been party members in this game the most, I feel like. So you're welcome, Alfira. Your legacy lives on in Withers' left breast. Okay, we're getting bogged down here. Can someone move this, please? I gotta say, if her body's going to be there for the rest of the game, then we better stock up on energy drinks and coffee, because I will not be coming back to camp and sleeping. We will not be sleeping for the rest of the game if she's going to be here this entire time. That is awful to look at, and please, please, just someone clean it up. In fact, this might actually give us a good opportunity for a bit of roleplay. Someone suggested that we actually... I think, is it Karlach that can take people's bodies?
Oh, not as bad as it could have.
Hey, soldier. You know I'm up for it, but your party's a little full. Let's...
Someone suggested we actually take Alfira with us and take her to Baldur's Gate, because she's going to make it to Baldur's Gate. She's going to make it to the tavern in one way or another. So let that serve as a reminder. Let her rotting corpse in Karlach's inventory serve as a reminder of what we've done. But bloody hell.
Never a dull moment.
We'll take her with us, we'll take her to Baldur's Gate, and we'll see what we do when we get there. And we've got her loot to remember us by. Unfortunately, we can't play the loot to save our life, but well, he's trying his best. Let's put it that way. He's going to try and atone for what he's done. Going forward, he's gonna atone. He's gonna try and be a better person. There will be times when the urges get too strong, but okay, stop. God, stop.
Moving in.
He's gonna atone for what he's done, and I'm gonna make sure that he does. We don't have any water, nor do we have any soap, so we physically can't wash off this blood. How awful is that? Unless we go for a swim. Oh, there we go. That's better. Okay, this blood's gonna have to stay in the camp for now because we don't have any water. We actually don't have anything to clean this with.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
I'm sorry about what happened to your master.
Master? Friend? I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
Don't eat him, Astarion. Don't eat him, please. I can't lose Scratch as well.
And meat.
Okay, can we have a chat with people about what's happened, maybe?
If not over.
Karlach didn't have anything to say.
Just so you know, I don't judge you for what happened to that bard, Alfira. But the look of guilt on your face was priceless.
He's talking about Gavin or me? Actually, I don't feel any guilt. It was nothing to do with me. Why would I feel guilt? I feel guilt on Gavin's behalf. And I feel bad for him, if anything. As angry as I was, I don't think it's something that Gavin himself wanted to do, of course. It was whatever's festering in his mind. I feel horrible about it.
I don't care, really. But you could have been more subtle about it.
You can feed on me tonight, if you'd like.
My sweet, there is nothing I'd like more. I'll come to you tonight, when you're snugly wrapped in your bedroll, and we can have a little privacy. And this time, I'll make sure I'm quiet. We don't want to disturb your rest. But I will taste you, savor you. Just enough to give me strength, and just enough to leave you wanting more.
That's actually worked out really well, because this is going to be Gavin's way of dealing with this emotional pain, this emotional stress. Having Astarion feed on him is going to be his way of coping with the emotional pain and the burden. I think that works really well.
I was no friend to Alfira, but there was no sense in killing her. I'll be watching everyone in this camp like a hawk. Especially you.
I didn't kill Alfira, no matter what you might think.
I'll tell you what I think anyway. I won't miss Alfira, but I won't stand for chaos. Govern your hunger before it governs you.
Okay, I just wanted to see what she said. She said there.
Good time for a chat.
Alfira wouldn't have harmed a housefly. A gentle young soul slain in her prime.
Go on then. State your business with me, from a safe distance. If it's all the same to you.
I swear, what happened to Alfira, it wasn't my fault.
I'm sure that will be of small comfort to her.
Yeah. Wow, we're being judged. And rightfully so.
I thought this camp was supposed to be our safe haven. Not quite so when we wake up to dead tiefling bards. I may have difficulty sleeping for a while.
What happened to Alfira? I wasn't responsible.
So, you're not in full control of your faculties? If you think it might happen again, warn me. I would hate to have to kill you.
Don't worry, I'll keep him under control. As best I can. Right. We're gonna do a bit more respecing, as per usual. I've gotten some more good tips from the comments and stuff. Mostly just modifying the characters we've already got. I'm gonna leave Gale out for now, but when we do get him back, I'm gonna give him some more lightning spells, basically. We're gonna... Because the Storm Sorcerer that he is, we're keeping him as that, but as people pointed out, and as I should have probably known, it's kind of built around lightning focused spells mostly, and that should hopefully help with the different meta magic things we have. So we'll do that a bit later, but we're going to keep Karlach now. So I'm interested to see what we can make her. I guess we'll keep her as a barbarian, but a different type of barbarian than what she was last time. So, she was a berserker. We had Minsk as a giant, so let's try Wild Heart or Wild Magic. The wild influence of magic has transformed you, suffusing you with an arcane power that churns within you, waiting to be released. Enter a rage that releases all the magic rolling inside of you, causing a random magical effect. Gain resistance to physical damage and advantage on strength checks and saving throws. Okay, so this is interesting. We've got like a element of RNG here. That feels like it could get frustrating. But it's something different to try. So let's try Wild Magic. I'm also going to respec Will.
Keeping pace.
I didn't see any comments mentioning Astarion really, so we'll keep him as he is right now. Again, he's going to shine when we get to a higher level, but I'm just happy to have something different to try. I got kind of humbled in the combat last episode, but as people mentioned, to be able to get the owlbear cub, we don't actually need to kill the mother, of course. We did kill the mother last playthrough, so I'm going to go back there and speak to the owlbear and then leave. And then at least if we don't come back later to kill the owlbear mother, we've at least got him hopefully in the goblin camp. And we'll see what happens there if we don't kill the mother, because we killed her last playthrough.
Ah, I shall be here in my camp for whenever. As thou...
Right, we're keeping Will as a warlock, of course. I like what I saw of Booming Blade last episode, so we'll give him that along with Eldritch Blast. We're going to make him a Hexblade, which I haven't tried. Is it one of the new classes that was added in the recent patch? I'm not sure, but it says you have made your pact with a mysterious entity from the Shadowfell, a force that manifests in sentient magic weapons carved from the snuff of shadow. So we get smites here, look. Bind to your main hand weapon, its damage becomes magical, you cannot drop or throw it, and you'll become proficient with it, if you weren't already. So we can become proficient with any weapon. We can curse a target. You gain proficiency with medium armor, shields and martial weapons. You gain bind hexed weapon, which lets you use your charisma modifier instead of strength or dexterity when attacking with weapons that you're proficient with. So this would have been like a second choice if we didn't make Gavin a paladin, I feel like, and I think going forward with this will allow us to use Will a lot more than we did last playthrough, because this sounds awesome, and It sounds like a great class to try out. Okay, I think that looks okay stats-wise. Looks like he... Obviously, his spells scale with charisma, and I've got good dexterity, because he's going to be using dex-focused weapons, I think. We're going to get Shadow Blade, because I believe that pairs quite well with the Hex Blade, and it's a spell that we've hardly used before. We're going to go with Pact to the Blade, like we did last time. That should be good for now, I think. I would like Cloud of Daggers, but I think we're... Yeah, because as cool as Hellish Rebuke is, it's a lot to spend a whole spell slot on that when it might only end up doing like 10 damage or something. If we could put a Cloud of Daggers down instead for the same spell slot, well, level 2 or level 1, you know what I mean. It's... I think Cloud of Daggers is a great spell to have early on in the game. So we'll see how we go with this. We shall see. So I have to... I'm assuming I have to do this at the start of every day. And we'll... Going forward, we'll keep an eye out for some really cool weapons, because... Like I said, in my mind there's a lot of really awesome weapons that we can use with him. So we shall keep an eye out for that kind of thing. We're going to rock with this party for now.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
And I don't actually know what the plan for this episode is going to be.
Thy wheel of fate turns ever to the dark. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Oh my god, we can ask him to try and bring her back. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Wow, this is such great characterization. I'm already loving the Dark Urge. Like I said earlier, it's an origin character. It's not a blank slate like Joey was, but you can still alter them how you want. This feels like a perfect character for a game like this, with their own backstory, their own established character, but yet you can make them sympathetic or evil if you want. That is heartbreaking. I didn't mean to kill Alfira. Please bring her back.
The bard's death is a weight for thine own conscience to bear.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that.
She will be left to the peace of eternity, where the urge shall seek her no more.
Speaking of urges, if you do want to join me and Astarion in the tent later, you can. Just putting that out there.
Should mind my step.
A question for our master monster hunter. How would you approach killing a vampire?
Never wanted.
A full-on vamp, you mean? Lure it into the sun, drive a stake through its heart. And that's not the end of it. The suckers are wily. And no offense.
None taken. Wiliness keeps me alive. More or less.
Okay. Interesting conversation. I don't think we're ready to do the paladins yet, but I do remember last playthrough, Karlach was getting quite impatient with us. So we might have to do that soon. Oh yeah, people also told me that you can long rest as many times as you want and the grove won't be affected. That's awesome to hear. Thank you so much for reassuring me and putting my worries to rest. We can long rest as much as we want and we will be doing so. So thank you. Thank you for confirming that. And I guess we'll just continue on. We could head to the Blighted Village. And if Karlach keeps bringing up the paladins, we'll give it a go, I guess. Yeah, we'll give it a go if we can. But they were really tough, especially that one dude that was just smiting everyone. I remember him very clearly.
I need to stomp are that away. Hey, we're still going after those paladins, right? Can't leave Zariel's bruisers roaming the coast.
Right. Don't worry, we'll go after them.
Good news. Can't wait to see them finished.
Oh shit. Screw it. Screw it. Let's go and fight the paladins. Ooh. Probably gonna get wrecked, and if I do, it's fine. Oh, the gnolls around here as well, aren't they, in that cave? With the other dudes. God. It's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me.
Killed a few giant bats in my day, Astarion, but never hunted a vampire.
Just to remind you, I'm merely a spawn. It won't go. But if you want a true vampire, I'm happy to recommend one.
That's curious. I'm way too big.
Yeah, tell me about it. We're gonna need Boo to get through there. Oh, let me get that waypoint real quick. I'm gonna need it when we inevitably run away from the paladins. Okay, what's the best way to do this? I know you can...
How is the rat diet going?
God, they chatted today.
It may soon come to an end if you don't shut your mouth.
Let's see.
Keep that beast away from us, you hear?
Me, the beast? Now that's fucking rich.
Okay, this is where we need to split people up, I think. We can get up top, so I think I'll take Astarion round there.
Let's move.
To get a higher vantage point. We'll keep Will back here, and we'll head in with these two. We'll have a go. We'll have a go. We will have a go.
Ready.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
Assess his posture, his eyes. Is he telling the truth?
There's something in the squint of his eye. You suspect he's lying.
Enough of this charade. I know who you really are.
Enough. Enough. I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlach, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
Okay, here we go.
How delicious.
Okay, what can he do? There's no use really being able to hide yet, is there? Unless we still get advantage when we're hidden, I guess. Right. Oh, level 5. Bloody hell, we're level 3. Okay, he's marked.
Forever dauntless.
Let us... Right, see what we can do. With a shadowy short sword in your hand that deals 2 to 16 psychic damage. When you use the sword to attack a target that is in dim light or darkness, you make the attack roll with advantage. The Shadow Blade can be unequipped and equipped again, but must remain on the spellcaster's person. I don't have Hex, but this could act as its own Hex, maybe. Okay, let's curse her. Okay, if she tries to move, she'll take damage. Right. What we playing at here then? Enter a rage that releases all the magic rolling inside of you, causing a random magical effect. So I'm gonna have to do that.
Tactical.
Oh, until the end of your rage, you can summon an intangible spirit each turn. Summon a spectral flumph. What the fuck is a flumph? The flumph explodes at the end of your turn, dealing 1d6 force damage. What? That's my random effect, a flumph. Okay, great. Great, I can't wait to see that flumph. Ooh, low percentage. Okay, he's actually nearly dead. Okay, I'm going to have to essentially pray to the gods that this kills him. 6 to 27. 60% chance, and he's got 19 health. Oh! Oh! Great. That is fantastic. The fact that he gets 2 smites in a row is insane. No. Is Booming Blade that good? Surely took 2 damage. Sure. What? Even with a reckless attack? Okay, at least finished him off. Wait, did that say hunt completed? Oh, right. If the target dies before the spell ends, you can mark a new creature. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, gonna have to be her.
How about this?
That is really cool. We can knock her prone. That'd be awesome. But that's 2. We've got to get the hit first, and then she might save against the prone. So I'm just going to try and smite her. Awesome. Okay, that worked. Good.
Now this is my happy place.
Karlach, shall I? That is a bonus action. Oof, damn. She's dazed at least, so might be alright. The flumph explodes at the end of your turn. So oh my god, a spectral flumph. I've never seen anything like that in this game. How cool is that? Okay. How long is he? Oh, no. Okay. Gavin's dead. Will is almost dead. And he was held for 2 turns. I wonder if you can cure that with someone else. Oh shit. Well, I feel like she's going to be more dangerous. Plus it's her turn. Will gets his turn before she does, so I'm going to try and take her out. Oh, she got a shield. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my god, thank goodness for that shield. Wow, awesome, Will. Awesome. Thank goodness I got the shield. Okay, let me see what this is really quick. So it just gives us a new weapon, an awesome weapon, look. You have advantage on attack rolls against lightly, yeah. And it's a finesse weapon, so it's scaled with dex, that's good. And it's pure psychic damage, so if we get stuff later in the game that buffs psychic damage, I guess that's what the Hexblade is based around. That sounds really cool. And it's different than just doing Eldritch Blast all the time, you know? He says, after having just cast Eldritch Blast. Fuck!
No escape.
We did the paladins! Guys, we did the paladins at level 3.
Fuck them.
I'm so happy.
Fuck Astarion. I won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
Oh, we did the paladins! That's motivated me. That has motivated me. Oh, look at Gavin's poor face. You can't see it because of his green skin, but he is black and blue. Tear this place apart.
Zariel's gotta stop fucking with me, you know? I'm done with it. I'm done with her. I'm free. I'm free.
That took the edge off.
Astarion, you might want to get out of there, buddy. She's going crazy. I do love this part.
Still alive. So that's progress.
Never going back.
Oh, Will! How long does this go on for? I can't remember. Oh god, Will's burning. Oh, dude! Run away, Will! Run away!
That ought to do it.
Does that Shadowblade last for... Oh my god, it lasts until long rest. Okay, we need to be casting that straight away then. Because that just straight up does more damage than his regular weapon.
Still in control.
So cool.
Just.
Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
Slightly mad, to be honest. Are you alright?
Who? Me? This is the best day I've had in years. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close, till I've found a way to calm it down.
What does the engine allow you to do?
Burn, baby.
As hot as I can tolerate. Makes me a beast in battle. Hardly remember what I was like before it. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
There are some tieflings holed up in a druid's grove nearby. We might look there.
Sounds like a good lead. Hopefully our guy will be among them. A tune-up would do this old tub a world of good.
Oh, I'm thrilled.
Freshened up and ready
We
to
did the
fight.
paladins. I feel like we all did pretty well in there, in that fight. Really looking forward to trying Will out with this Shadow Blade.
How many die tomorrow? Can't give up now.
Really looking forward to trying him out.
Light on my feet.
I'm feeling a bit parched and peckish.
Me too. Keep an eye out for any passing vagrants.
I'm afraid you'll have to content yourself with vagrant chickens.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
You killed a pack of gnolls. How?
The pact. Power.
Pact? Which devil did you deal with?
Fallen. Lady. Zariel.
Why would you sign a pact with the devil?
Power. Strength.
How did you die?
Zariel's brute destroyed me.
Who are you?
Infernal servant.
The spell's power went.
Okay. Sword of Justice. Yes, please. We'll put that on Gavin, I think. Okay, we're not going to do the gnolls yet. Because screw that. They're pretty tough and there's a lot of them. From what I can remember. Again, it's been like 9 months at this point, so... They're over there. I think we'll head back to the Grove and do what we need to do here, and then we'll quickly head back to the Owlbear cave and go from there. People did remind me as well that there might be some Dark Urge related dialogue with animals, so I am still going to talk to them with Gavin before we talk to them with Speak with Animals with Astarion. Even though Gavin's not going to be able to actually speak to them properly, we might still get Dark Urge related dialogue, so need to keep that in mind. How many critical failures have I had now with intelligence checks? Crazy.
The goblins out forever. This is no fortress and we're no warriors.
Those druids are going to get us killed. Nothing sacred about this lot.
Okay.
Step, parry, strike. Damn it! It's just not landing.
Interesting technique. Having some trouble?
Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
Try hitting the target.
What do you think I'm doing? Brace, parry, swing. Ah! Ah! I'll have to keep practicing.
Thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery with you.
A little gift from Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
Be my guest. But don't get too close or your eyes will melt shut.
Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallurgized demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I might be able to help, but I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Avernus. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please.
Where should we look for infernal iron?
I've sensed some during our travels. It has a pull to it. Absolutely magnetic, once you know what you're looking for. I can show you where I'd look.
Personally, I'd like to know what infernal iron is worth.
Not much to a regular smith, but a fair bit to a canny buyer.
Not that that matters. We want to use it, not sell it.
We'll keep our eyes open for some iron.
Meanwhile, I've still got plenty of weapons and armor in stock if you're looking to load up.
Why are we slowing down?
Good lord. So I've got a whole essay worth of questions to ask you. How did you end up with such a contraption in your chest?
The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell.
Go on then. Tell them.
I'll mete out the best ones bit by bit, so you always have a reason to keep me around. Clever, right?
You mentioned a boss who gave you up to Zariel. Who was it?
Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. With people I liked. Doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh, to feel so invincible again.
So it sounds like all we need to do to fix your engine is find some infernal iron.
Let's hope Dammon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints.
What does that infernal engine do to you?
Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close.
I wouldn't mind that myself. I've never been one for too much contact.
I'd trade you if I could. I miss it more than anything. But hey, that's life. Or so I'm told.
Yeah, the infernal iron's in the Blighted Village, so we'll go there soon, I think. Before the next big fight, we should probably long rest as well. I haven't seen that camp events notification mod coming in to play yet. Unless I'm missing some sort of prompt on screen. But I suppose there hasn't really been many cutscenes. Is it about now that we should be seeing Raphael? I think we saw him up here the first time, didn't we? God, that was during the Christmas special episode. Remember when I was swapping out all my hats? God, that seemed like so long ago. It was only last Christmas. I was also really ill that episode. But I was enjoying it so much I couldn't resist playing more. God, the memories. The memories. Yeah, I believe it's random where he appears, but we did see him up here. So I wonder if it's just after a certain amount of time. Or a certain amount of long rests, maybe. Here we go, again, up here. Same place. Hey, buddy.
My, what manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
Why does he look so short?
What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that? Love. Was that? They do know how to write them in Cormier, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service. It's not every day one meets such a cavalier sinner as yourself. A true, bloody pleasure.
Is he standing in a hole or something? Some would say that it's hard to take him seriously, especially after hearing him sing his own theme song. But it's quite the opposite for me. It just makes you love him even more. I just can't get it out of my head of him singing. I've listened to that song a lot since I recorded that episode. So it's fun hearing familiar phrases like "down comes the claw." Oh, you're familiar with my work.
I'm rather the admirer of the sanguine arts, even if I wasn't quite born under a killing moon myself. Shall we withdraw? We have much to discuss, to our mutual satisfaction. This quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come. There, middle of somewhere.
I don't like this at all.
Souls go to their doom in flames forevermore. Hell, hell, hell has its laws. Hell, hell. Full on rendition. Just a full cover of the song. Right, how cool it is to be here so early. This really sets up Raphael as like the main villain of the game, and he's not really. He's obviously one of the best in the game, but there's always part of me that wants him to be the big bad of everything, you know? The final boss, just the big bad of everything, but reach for your weapon.
Tut, tut. No need for that crude cutlery of yours. As you can see, I'm amply provisioned. This is the House of Hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
Ignore him and fill your plate.
Not Not easily rattled, I see. Good. Makes the next part that much more straightforward. What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do.
Fuck. A Cambion.
Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
Level your weapon at the creature.
My, aren't you a nervous one? I assure you I'm here to help, not harm. Consider your predicament. 1 skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all, like that.
If it would fix his urges, as well as cure the tadpole, I think he would consider it. Then fix it, or die at my hand.
Yes. I like it when my clients put up a fight, only to realize victory was never an option. Try to cure yourself, shop around, beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door. Hope. Such a tease.
That's what separates us from the devil, soldier. They think our greatest strength is a weakness.
It's like every single one of his lines is rehearsed. Like he's just written down a whole play and we're in it. And if I do want to take this deal, how would I find you?
I'll be around, watching you squirm like a tadpole through a nice juicy brain. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
Oh wow, I actually got some food. We actually took some food. That's cool. Yeah, it's so good. So good. And the music as well. Hearing Raphael's final act coming in the background, the motif is just awesome.
At the back of the crevice lies a bag enfolded in the chitinous squabbling of spiders. A shiny gold coin pokes from its mouth.
Survey the spiders. He's still playing. Oh.
The creatures clutch the pouch possessively. Is gold so precious to spiders?
That your hand in hoping to snatch the bag. Bloody hell. Gavin!
Pincers pierce your flesh, and pain shoots up your arm and across your back.
Don't we get some sort of egg from doing this? And I said I was going to use that egg in the final fight, and I didn't, of course.
What a day.
At the back of the crevice lies a bag, enfolded in the chitinous squabbling.
Oh, here we go, Ranger.
A shiny gold coin pokes from its mouth.
Speak softly to the spiders in hopes of calming them.
Your voice draws their attention. They are suspicious, then curious, and finally, at peace. One by one, the spiders retreat to the rear of the crevice, lulled by your murmurs.
Boldly reach for the bag.
You stash the bag. Something clinks among the coins.
As much love as I hold for Baldur's Gate, these frontiers delight me as much as any bustling street.
You can't be serious. This is a howling wasteland. Far since the abduction, I must reek of illithid slime.
Sure, but think of the stories you'll be able to tell.
I know, I'm trying to find us some soap, I promise. It might be Joaquin's Rest, actually, that we find some soap, from what I remember. Okay, let's have a chat with the owlbear. There's also that path off to the left, with this magical chest that I remember.
Looks like a shrine to Selûne over there.
Feel that? Magic. A spell sealed that chest tight.
So, I can't remember how we opened it last time. Does Gale have a spell that can open it?
That's curious.
A prayer sheet with the same symbol as the one on the chest.
Or maybe we can just do this.
This thing won't yield its contents easily.
Oh, it's because I didn't actually read it. Got it.
Selûnite coming-of-age rituals. Seems like a serious undertaking. Dangerous, even.
The beast shrinks back, feathers quivering.
Okay, can we talk to the owlbear cub?
Watch your back.
I think you have to talk.
Tread lightly.
Oh, we can't. Oh, what? No way! You can't even go near it? Fuck, okay. Let me load the save. Hopefully that's triggered what we need to do to get the owlbear cub to appear in the goblin camp, and we'll come back here later and see if anything's different.
Biting flies. Midges. Ugh. Shouldn't nature be beautiful and serene? It looks so nice in the other city.
Upper City, huh? Swish. Never spent much time there myself.
I'll happily take you if we survive this bug's banquet.
Sounds good. I've always been curious what a patriarch looks like.
Yeah, not nice to be feasted on without permission, is it, Astarion? I guess we'll head into the Blighted Village, shall we? We can... I think this is where the Necromancy of Tay is, so we can get that and we can get the Infernal Iron and stuff. But we won't actually go to the Goblin Camp yet. We're just not a suitable level to do that yet. Right, I don't remember much about this place, other than the two goblins shagging in the barn. I know you're there. Show yourselves.
You spotted us. Good. It's like they say. No fun in skewing a pig what doesn't know he's cooked.
Curious. I had almost the exact same thought when I saw you.
That's supposed to be a threat. Got a set on you, all right. Almost makes me like you. Almost. I'm gonna enjoy pulling off your skin when we're done.
Oh no! You're joking. Oops. We're already fighting the goblins. Hopefully this won't affect our standing in the goblin camp. Ouch.
Let's have a little fun.
I'm surprised that worked.
You look good with a few arrows sticking out of your guts.
I must heal.
Oh, Gavin. So I guess that's like a hex, basically. Like I said earlier, it's just basically a free hex because it's a bonus action. That's cool. Oh no! Am I just happening to stand next to all the fire barrels?
That's it.
Just want to see if this works. It says it pulls in nearby objects and creatures. What happens if I try to pull him in? Will it... I'm hoping it'll maybe throw him off the roof. No.
You are gonna add your ears to my collection, dead.
Okay, at least they died. Crap. Oh man, I need Misty Step. Where's that amulet of Misty Step? It's somewhere. I know it is. I can't remember where it is. I need Karlach to not die. Okay, we'll just play it safe to make sure it hits. We'll do that. So we'll be long resting soon anyway.
I must heal.
Okay, that's basically an explosive arrow. Not a good idea to be standing in a group then. Okay, what's on the cards today? Until the end of your raid, you can teleport each turn. Holy crap. That is unbelievably good. Nice one. Oh, the ladder's broke.
Need to hold on. Have to keep going.
I don't have many ranged focus characters. Well, there's only Astarion really. The rest are all more or less melee focused. Oh god. Right, what does Karlach do now? Because she can't get up there. Oh. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. That is like the best wild magic ability I could have got there. Okay, don't push me off the roof. Okay, the warg died anyway. That's fine. Right, it's up to Karlach now.
Ready for another round?
It's up to Karlach! Just realised she's stuck on the roof now. There's another ladder. Okay, didn't expect to be fighting them, but it's fine. We insulted them. We deserve it, I guess. Can't long rest, so we shall be... Oh, Karlach's stuck. Oh, God.
Don't burn yourself. While I'm at it...
Surely she can jump.
You sniffing where you ain't ought to be, friend. Might have to take that nose.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Who are you? Okay, what's Karlach's voice like? You keen on dying? Happy to help. Some of my best work.
All you best take as this warning, yeah? Step lightly around here. You're outnumbered.
Okay. Not my intention to get wrapped up in that. I'll go this way instead. Okay.
I have such a headache.
Right, straight to the camp, straight to long rest. Oh yeah, the magical items. Gale.
How much further can I go? What's up for discussion?
Forgot about that.
Spare me a moment,
I don't...
if you please. I've something important to discuss with you. We've been traveling together for a while now, and it's just about time that I shared something with you. It's a rather personal matter that I'd prefer to keep quiet, but needs must when the devil drives. I have no choice but to speak. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
This coffee is absolutely delicious. I'm not sure I have anything I can give him. We're starved for equipment right now. Especially rings. Hardly got any rings. You also feel disgusted by how life, miserable as it is, insists on persisting in this most wretched world.
No, nothing like that.
Oh.
Though if I fail to treat it, then the consequences would not be contained to me alone. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
I was expecting this, on the first playthrough, I was expecting this to take up almost the whole game, but I'm pretty sure we only ended up giving him 2 or 3 items and then he stopped asking. But I still don't have stuff to give him. Are you telling me you're addicted to magic?
No, it's nothing like that. Magic isn't a narcotic to me, it's quite literally a lifesaver. I would not burden anyone other than myself with this were the stakes not so high, and the means of obtaining such artifacts challenging for a humble wizard to face alone. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It is time, and by that I mean it's imperative that I find and consume strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture.
I fail to see why you need me to help you with this. You've done fine without me so far.
A fair point. However, until recently, I was able to rely on a supply of artifacts stored in my tower in Waterdeep. A supply that has now run dry. The reality of the matter is that a lone wizard with a chronic impairment such as my own is not in the most ideal of situations with regards to self-defense. The manner of artifacts I need are not often found waiting patiently on a shopkeep's shelf. One usually has to lift them delicately from trap-filled tombs or prize them from the hands of violent ne'er-do-wells. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
See, Joe was obviously quick to help in the first playthrough because he had a fat crush on Gale. I wonder if I can get him to tell us the truth of his situation now, rather than later. Because it's true, he's not actually telling us why he needs them yet, because of the orb in his chest. Honestly, that sounds terrible. I see no upside to this for me.
Then I suggest you look closer. Having a wizard like me around is quite the boon when facing the perils that stalk these lands.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It'd be far harder for me to assist you if I can barely stand upright. Please, trust me. Your help could be the difference between life and death.
I'm sorry, Lord, forgive me. No. If you aren't willing to tell me the truth, I'm not helping you.
I understand that I am asking for a lot, but I can't tell you everything. Not yet, anyway. Please, reconsider.
You aren't going to drop this, are you?
No.
Fine. I'll help you. If only to shut you up.
As luck would have it, you're already primed to give me exactly what I need.
I'm really not. I'm starved. What will happen to this item should I give it to you?
I will consume the magic inside. What was a powerful artifact will be rendered no more than a trinket. But it will save my life. Even if only temporarily.
Oh. Oh no. Look. Okay, you can take your bloody Dancing Lights locket. Most useless spell in the game. You can take your own locket.
Thank you. That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters.
Your gratitude doesn't make up for what I lost. What are you going to do to compensate me? Yeah, I'm so heartbroken that I lost that Dancing Lights locket. Like, it's just... That would have really helped against Cazador. Oh, wait.
Compose 1,000 stanzas ode titled A Gale of Thanks and Adulation? Sincerely, though, I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told.
I hope we don't regret losing that artifact. It could have proved useful. No, it fucking couldn't.
I myself am a much more powerful artifact in your arsenal. Rest assured of that.
That is true. Well, I'm still trying to figure out your sorcery shenanigans. Someone please. The blood.
Here we go.
Oh, finally, right.
She's coming.
Of course.
Well, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
Well, well. Aren't you a luscious thing?
You flatterer. Why, if I had a warm heart, I'm sure it would be skipping. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlach's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlach, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlach meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart.
Blast it all, Will. Why didn't you tell me about her? She's really attractive.
He's the blade of frontiers. Devil's plaything just doesn't have the same ring. Speaking of...
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
matter?
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet. There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo. Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlach, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you.
Oh, and Will, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
Well, there we are. Will has his horns. So I am definitely wondering if you do kill Karlach, because I know you can follow through with that. If he doesn't actually get his horns, because she'd have no reason to curse him if he did what he said. So interesting. Yeah, Gavin has a little soft spot, a little weakness for tieflings, shall we say. That's why he was so drawn to Alfira, because she was a fellow tiefling, and now Mazora's come in, and it's hard for him to restrain himself, let's put it that way. It's an urge.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that.
He's a good man. Maybe the best of us.
You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was.
God, we all look terrible. Look at our health, we're all just beaten. Oh no.
I was just thinking about you, and that delicious moment we shared the other night.
The moment when you bit me?
The very same. I've had this condition for 2 centuries, but truth be told, you were my first. In all these years, I've only ever fed on beasts. Drinking the blood of thinking creatures is a different thing entirely. You were delectable. And now I can't help but wonder how the others taste.
Astarion, you wouldn't cheat on me, would you? You're looking at other necks. I'm hurt.
Don't worry. There's enough of me to go around. I'm a man of tremendous appetites. I don't think they'd volunteer, of course. But it doesn't make me any less curious. Take Gale, for example. He strikes me as someone whose blood is rich, refined, like well-aged brandy. But the Gith, what in the hells would she taste like?
Something exotic, surely. An Amnon liqueur?
Oh. Well, that sounds very appealing. I'm almost convinced.
Could I convince you to kill someone less useful?
No one's getting killed, I swear. We're just 2 friends talking. So, in the spirit of theoretical questions, if you had to take a bite from one of them, who would it be?
Well, you, of course.
Oh, I'm flattered. Who knew you had such taste? Unfortunately, all this talk is getting me hungry. I better find something I can actually sink my teeth into.
Good hunting.
There's nothing that tasty lurking out in the woods, but I'll make do. Sweet dreams?
Not me, you said you were going to bite me.
So, Will did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horns. Let that be a lesson to us all.
Nothing wrong with having horns. I think horns are cool.
Something's wrong. I feel... it hurts.
Darkness, protect me.
Darkness protect me. What did you mean by that?
It's difficult for me to talk about. I'm sorry.
Use your shared connection. Enter her thoughts.
Stop! If I want to tell you something, I'll use my mouth, understand? Fumble in my head again, and I'll gut you.
Fair enough, I deserve that. I'm surprised she didn't disapprove.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
How badly does it hurt?
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage.
Are you sure it's not connected to the tadpoles?
Positive. You can trust me on that.
There's something you're not telling me. I'm sure of it.
I don't know what you mean.
No, I think you know exactly what I mean.
It's nothing, really.
We have to be honest with each other. What is it you're keeping from me?
You're not going to let this go, are you? You might wish you had. I worship Shah, the mistress of the night. It is my holy mission to oppose Selûne, her teachings and her followers.
It hurts.
Now that you have the truth, please don't make a big fuss about it.
I don't care who you worship. We have bigger problems.
True. I didn't think you'd react so pragmatically. Perhaps I should have told you sooner.
In future, I expect you to be honest. Let's leave it at that for now.
Gladly.
Why were you in pain before?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
How can you manage living with such a thing?
It's less difficult than you might imagine when you can't remember life without it. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
Why would Shah subject you to such a thing?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
What causes it to hurt you?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
So, you knew more— oh, sorry.
I'll try my best. But
etc.
secrecy is ingrained in me. Lady Shah considers it greater protection than any shield or armor.
I want to get to know you more, Shadow Art.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
What drew you to Shah worship?
She took me in when no one else would. Without her, I wouldn't be alive. She's my mother. She nurtures me, cares for me, loves me. Don't believe the lies the Selûnites tell.
Tell me something about yourself besides Shah, besides tadpoles.
What? Besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
Really? You've flown between the planes of existence, but you've never been swimming?
It's nothing to laugh at. Save your questions if that's how you're going to react.
Anything else you'd care to share?
No, I can't. I mean, I literally can't. There's certain things I can't remember right now.
Yeah, you and me both.
Shah's secrets must be preserved above all else. All who worship her know this. I have had certain memories suppressed, voluntarily, so that I can serve Shah without compromising her. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored.
What's this mission you speak of?
That is not for you to know. Leave it at that.
See, this is what I love about the Dark Urge so far, because as much as I love Joey, and I know we've got all the tadpoles and stuff that connects us, but being the Dark Urge and having this burden in our head, this loss of memory and these urges weighing us down, it makes me feel even more connected to the core party members, because we've all got this great burden in our heads other than the tadpole. Like Shadowheart has her pain and her devotion to Shah, Will has his patronage to Mizora, Gale has the orb in his chest, Karlach has the engine in her chest, Astarion has his kind of past to Cazador, this kind of slavery that he went through and trying to control his vampiric urges, and Lae'zel kind of has her undying devotion to Vlaakith that weighs her down as well. And it makes me feel so connected to all these party members, and it's why, while I may like some of them more than some of these core party members, you can't really beat these core party members. And the other 4 party members that we get, Minthara, Jaheira, Minsk and Halsin, they don't feel as core or connected to these party members because they don't have that burden in their head. I know Minthara has the tadpole as well, but she's not really struggling with her past as much as everyone else is, and from a story perspective, from a connection perspective, you just can't beat that connection that these 6 have got with each other, you know what I mean? And that's heightened by being the Dark Urge and having that burden as well, that extra burden that I didn't really have with Joey. Because other than the tadpole, we've got an extra added layer here of trying to resist these urges and what happens when they inevitably escape and we can't control them. So I just wanted to point that out.
Gods damn her straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mizora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Will was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
You're lucky she didn't take your soul when she came.
I'd count my lucky stars for it, but I reckon luck is on holiday. I'm only alive because my patron still has use for me. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
How in the hells did you get involved with Mizora? And also, can I have her number?
The one little question that put me out of house and home. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
God, Will is so good at the start of the game. His story and his character are so good right now. What happened? No, I'm joking. But you know what I mean. Even after the rewrite of his character, I still think what we've got here is good. It's still really good. It's just his actual storyline that goes down over the course of the game, and I'll always be sad about that fact. But I'm looking forward to using him more in this playthrough and getting more of his dialogue and stuff, because at the end of the day, I still love him, you know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? He's a great guy and he wants what's best for the world. I wonder if maybe they could have had it so that under Mizora, he's done a lot more horrible things, kind of like what Karlach had to do under Zariel, and she has that kind of PTSD and the trauma from fighting in Zariel's war. I wonder if they could have had Will do more unspeakable things under her pact and have more of that guilt and that trauma, because that would have connected him to Karlach even more, I feel like. And it would have made him less morally good, because I feel like we don't really have a companion that's good. They're good-hearted, but they've been forced to do such horrible things. Other than Karlach, really. And you don't really get many instances, other than that scene we've just had with the paladins and the scene towards the end of the game with Gortash. She's mostly just light-hearted, you know what I mean? I feel like if we had Will show more of that burden and those regrets, that would have been an extra layer that you could have added to his character without turning him into a dick, which is what he kind of was in the original version of the game.
Tonight, you can't chase the thoughts of that poor girl you killed from your head. You wonder what she looked like as she died. Squirming, skewered in abject agony.
Is this going to happen every night? Go for a walk to try and stop yourself from retching.
Your body barely complies. You feel such rushes from your thoughts of the dead woman. Why did she die? The mystery gnaws at your pounding heart.
Me lord, jubilant day! I have found your vile self at last! Sceleritas fell! Your loyal and ever-adoring butler. I followed you, my dear rotted master. We have been parted so tragically long.
What on earth? Who's this? Our butler? We've got a butler? Oh my god, I can't wait to find out who we were before we lost our memory. Oh, I love that we're getting kind of fed pieces. Someone told me that the Baldurian tag that we had in the conversation, I thought it meant that we were from Baldur's Gate, but I don't think it does. I think that was just because we're a tiefling, some people pointed out in the comments, so we don't really know anything still about Gavin. But we've got a butler. And he's calling us my dear rotted master. What in the hells do you mean you're my butler?
Oh, one hell of a butler. The most unprincipled servant you could hope for.
What a cool hat.
You have always struggled to conduct yourself properly without me.
Oh.
I found you following the stench of that bard. She reeked across the coast like a piece of dog muck on the road.
Easy. Did you cause me to kill her?
Such fine work could never be done by a wretch like me. Anyways, I come once again bearing a part of your dreadful inheritance. You earned this iniquitous prize through your great show of exceptional violence the other night. I'm sure Master will be better soon. A fellow of your fine breeding is never down for long. I cannot wait until your next act of shameless barbarity.
Oh god, this guy's gonna try and tempt us to do stuff. So not only are we going to have the urge in our head, we're going to have this guy whispering poison in our ear. I'm probably reading too far into this, but even the fact that the options to give in to the urge, to embrace it, are at the top. Like, there is, you can't lie, there's a fact that people subconsciously, in games like this, they choose the top dialogue options more than the ones at the bottom, because it's sort of ingrained, or it's ingrained in my mind at least, that those are sort of the good options at the top. So the fact that the embrace options are at the top of the dialogue is really cool, I feel like. You've got to actually think about each line of dialogue. You're going to tell me everything about my past life.
Though I would love to regale you with your past triumphs, I cannot.
Triumphs.
I am forbidden to interfere. Our betters will not allow it. Be true to yourself, my lord.
Our betters? What betters? Do we serve someone? The Death Stalker Mantle. Oh, we didn't see him feeding on us. Once per turn, when you kill an enemy, shroud yourself in primeval darkness to become invisible for 2 turns. Let hill and hollow be a door to screams that last forever. Oh my god. Okay, well, if we're gonna get cool capes like that, then maybe I will give into it a little more. No! 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 Oh! Okay, we summon the Shadow Blade and then we bind the Shadow Blade. There's a chance that Hexblade's curse will be applied. Okay. Cannot wait to try that out more. Cannot wait. As people mentioned as well, I can use the Lesser Restoration from this amulet on Gavin to get rid of the Bloodlust. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Intestines throb. Blood whispers.
You're not helping your case, Gavin. What the? Dude. You're just keeping your blood out on show? Oh god, there's blood all over, look. I hope you're not drinking Alfira's blood. That'd be really sick, dude. You can feed on me tonight if you'd like. Although I am feeling a little woozy.
I was so hoping you'd say that. Until later then.
Okay, it's more than worth it to get the happy effect. Okay, I have just realised something, and that is I believe there's a cellar in the place where we fought the paladins, and I've just forgot to search it. Because I remember there's a cellar down there, and there was also a hidden room down there, I think, that I only found when I came back later, after someone told me what it was. So let me have a quick look down here. It's just going to be items, I think.
I'll never get used to the stench of death.
Yeah, it's these chairs, isn't it? We've got to get someone different to sit in each of the chairs, I think. Yeah, there we go.
Never quiet.
Traps. How considerate.
I'm on it. I'm on it. Oh, we got some paladin oriented gloves. Look. Swede covers the palms of these gloves, ensuring a soft, comforting touch for anyone in need. When you use your channel oath spells, you gain heroism. Can't be frightened. And 5 temporary hit points per turn. God, they look a little hefty, don't they? We might need to dye them. That's a bit better. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to do. Let's head back to the Blighted Village. We're not going to head down the well yet, because we know what's down there. A giant-ass spider. But we will, well, explore these houses.
It says there's a cellar here somewhere.
I know, it's right there. Don't worry.
I don't see one.
Oh, water! Praise be. Praise be the water. We can finally clean up that blood. I think the necromancy book's down here, right? I'm sure it is. Okay, there's a lever hidden behind these boxes. And a secret door, of course. Still can't get over that on Will's back. He's like he's got this purple aura on his back now. Just this mist emanating. It's really cool. Oh, right, there's... Isn't there skeletons down here? I think. Are we all ready? I think we're all ready. Yeah, they all come out of the caskets. Scroll of Summon Quasit. There we go, that shovel. Oh. How are we gonna do this? 'Cause we need to... We can't give it to Gale, because he can't learn it anymore. Let me test something really quick.
Oh, shit-pilling toe-rag! Never summon shovel, never feed shovel, now call shovel!
You recognize the tiny fiend, a quasit. Wicked creatures, often used as familiars.
Wait, you're not Illy?
Ugh, what chewed you up and spat you out?
Your daddy. So, you're Shovel's master now. Fine.
Your name is Shovel?
Master Illy calls me Shovel. Don't like it? Change it.
What would you like to be called?
Don't care.
Shovel is fine.
So, what first, Master? Gutting locals? Raising the dead? Making them walk? Making them scream?
Is that what you and your old master did here?
Yes. Steal bodies, tear them, then Illy puts them back together. Again and again. When he wasn't horny for the book. Oh, book this, book that. He loves the book.
You have such a way with words.
Good with tongue. Good at cutting them out, too. Tell you secret. Talk to the mirror. And remember, balsam, good for burns.
So, never mind the whole wizard thing. I've got a surprise. I have downloaded a mod called Shovel... I think it's called Shovel Evolved, which basically... We'll see as we go along, but it basically makes Shovel a bit more... good, essentially. Because rather than her staying at level 1 for the whole game, she actually becomes more of a permanent companion now. She actually can level with us and stuff. It's a really cool mod. I thought we'd check it out, because I stopped using Shovel towards the end of the game, because she was level 1 still. She would die in one hit, and... This is a way to make her a little bit more prominent, I feel like. So, looks like as part of this mod we can summon her whenever we want now. That's cool. And she will hopefully, according to the mod, kind of level with us throughout the game, get some new dialogue, stuff like that. So, go check out that mod. It looks really cool. And I thought I'd download it for this playthrough. I can't remember if there's anything else to the mod, or if it's just her leveling up with you throughout the game. But hopefully it'll make her a little bit more useful. Because she wasn't really towards the end of the playthrough last time. She was kind of weak, because she stayed at level 1 for the whole playthrough, so... Oh yeah, here we go. New spells, look. Phantasmal Claws. Project and hurl one illusory claw mirrored from your own. Shadow Strike. Teleport to a foe while hidden or invisible, striking them with the haunting psychic ferocity of the abyss itself. Your charisma affects how far you can teleport them. Sorcery point. Interesting. Must be invisible or sneaking. I see. Right. Okay, this looks really cool. Oh, she can change shape as well. Cave frog, deep bat, face spiderling, and a shadow cat. See, this gives her more depth, you know? I thought it'd be something cool to try out. And it looked cool when I read it. It's a pretty recent mod, I think. A shadow cat. Wow! Help up downed characters. Oh, that's going to be useful.
Might will prevail.
Okay, what's on the agenda today? Teleport again. Right. Whoa, why did everyone get teleport?
Well,
no fucking way. Everyone can teleport? What? I'm bamboozled. Holy shit, everyone can teleport. That is so cool.
Watch this.
Damn. Including the enemies.
Your soul is in good hands.
Probably should have done that before. They are undead after all. Right. What's a deep bat? I'm just testing out all the summons. I think Will might straight up be my most powerful character at the minute. I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing of him so far. Especially his melee attacks with the Shadow Blade. She's missing a lot of her attacks, isn't she?
Where do I go from here?
Cool. Well done, everyone.
Better than nothing.
I want my shovel back.
Looking ahead.
Cool. Look forward to seeing how she evolves over the course of the game. Bane the Tyrant, the Black Hand, makes sure the strong do rule. He spreads his darkness through the land, praised by the harsh and cruel. Make sure the strong do rule. Is that so he can secretly rule in their stead? Because he does kind of do that with Gortash. He has Gortash essentially become the ruler of Baldur's Gate, while he can kind of pull the strings from the shadows. Oh, we've got a Tiefling related dialogue. Examine your appearance.
You do your best to wipe the dirt from your face and look presentable. Adventuring is murder on one's wardrobe, though.
Speak your name.
I'm, Memnon Thrace.
I do not know this name. If you are known to my master, step forward and declare yourself an ally.
Open, or I'll smash you to pieces. Bad luck be damned.
There is a pause as those glass eyes take you in. Then...
Cool. Astarion is impressed. You will have an extra good feeding tonight. Joe, Oh, hang on a second. Look at this, I've just been giving Astarion the poo scraper. Make sure no one heard me say that. If the cheeky Quasit picks up this item, she learns Cloud of Poo Scrapers. Conjure a cloud of spinning poo scraper daggers that that attack anyone inside. Targets inside the cloud may also become septic. You can reposition the cloud every turn without using sorcery points. Okay, this is clearly something from the mod as well. If what? Okay, we need to drop it then. Oh my god, so essentially a cloud of daggers, but a cloud of poo scrapers instead. Okay, let's grab the Necromancy of Tay, but I do remember we have to go and get that gem in the well where the giant spider is to be able to open it. I remember that at least. Okay, you're up. You're up, buddy. Oh, it is handy having a Astarion in the party all the time, especially since Gavin isn't as good as Joey was at lockpicking and stuff like that.
I have such a headache.
If there's any party member that I could have be a permanent party member, it would be Astarion.
What now?
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in. You can sense something dark about this tome. Something profane.
Please don't open the creepy book.
That looks terribly heavy. Why don't you let me carry it for you?
We surely shouldn't leave such a threat out, where anyone could stumble across it.
Looks like Will was in the cobwebs. Took it into your pack. Right, cool. I might as well say now, we opened the book as Joey last time. I think it was when we were in the Underdark that we actually got to read it properly. But I believe there was an option to give it to Astarion, so we'll do that this playthrough. We'll give it to him and see what happens if he interacts with it.
What's hiding here?
Can't quite remember if I'm a suitable enough level to attempt the spider. I think we might be. I remember when we got to the Blighted Village last playthrough, I'm sure we more or less went straight to the spider. Nice that the rest of the goblins are perfectly okay with us slaughtering half the group.
Let's have a look.
I'd like to maintain a bit of peace if we can. I guess one interesting thing to say as well is I'm going to be less desperate to start fights in this playthrough, because one of the main reasons I was doing it last time was to get XP, of course, but you get to level 12 more or less at the start of Act 3 when you get to Baldur's Gate, so we're never going to be desperate for XP, so I'm not going to be desperate to start fights that I don't need to do. Like killing the whole goblin camp, for example. We might not need to do that this time. As much as I do want to level up, you get to max level really early on, so... Yeah, we've got the... I honestly can't remember if we did that last playthrough. I think we found the blueprints, but... And here they are.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, does that count? They are. I'm sure they're the blueprints, aren't they? The mission hasn't updated though. Okay, let's end this episode on a high note, shall we?
As you approach, a succession of quick bangs rattle the door. Then a low moan. Someone, or something, is having a bit of fun.
Hello? Anybody in there?
Go away!
Let's leave them alone. I don't want to be invited to the wedding.
I do. Hello.
What the hell are you doing?
It's one of my favourite parts of the game. With one of my favourite visuals in the game. What? Soldier, why would you open the door? I'm traumatized. The dark urges, they're telling me to join in. I must resist. Hell's bells, I can't cope with this. Oh god, just put me out of my misery already. Screw the Sword Coast. Can I stay and watch? Please, do carry on. Back away slowly.
Ruined. Smash. Oh, smash you!
Oh, do I have to fight them?
Don't disturb a half-ogre in the making.
I'm pretty sure we ended it peacefully last time. Is that because I was a bard? Oh, I feel kinda bad having to kill them. I mean, I'm the one in the wrong. I suppose they are cultists. But that's a bit...
Quickly.
Oh, these poor guys, they were just having some fun. Okay, next turn we'll try out her Shadow Strike.
On the victor's path.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know if someone walked in on me shagging someone like that in a barn, I'd probably pull out my club and start attacking them as well. I get it, I get it.
Let's go.
Until the end of your rage, you can shoot a bolt of light from your chest. You've got to be joking. Oh my god. I wonder how many different variations there are of this magic. There's got to be a lot, right? This adds such a fun element to her character, to the combat. That is so fun. I want to try different builds with all the characters, but I'm really enjoying these four. Astarion's going to be a permanent party member, I think, most of the time. Will is also going to be, most of the time, because I'm really loving the Warlock thing. But I'm also loving Karlach with the wild magic, and I can't wait to try out Gale with the Sorcerer more, and we'll find something cool to do with Shadow Art eventually, and Lae'zel. Well, Lae'zel's the Eldritch Knight as well. I think Shadow Art we might try a different type of cleric, maybe. We'll have to find something else for all the other characters to do, but I'm really enjoying these four. That wild magic adds such a fun level to combat style. I'm really enjoying it.
Nothing will stand in my way.
It doesn't seem like the most powerful so far, but when you get on a good... When you get some good RNG, when you get a good bit of magic to use, I feel like it's going to be really fun. Maybe not the best for the harder fights, but definitely adds an element of fun. I deserve that. I deserve all of that. Boothia is enraged. Strength increased by 4, armor class reduced by 2, and has resistance to all physical damage. And that's not good. Okay, 40%. It's probably not even going to hit. Oh, it did, okay. And she's blinded. His main weapon attacks are psychic, so they shouldn't be hampered by the physical resistance, right? That's really good. Doing 15 damage with a melee hit at this stage in the game is really good. Okay, teleport to a foe while hidden or invisible, striking with the haunting psychic ferocity of the abyss itself. Shit your trouser hole, shovel is here.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Okay. Really, really sorry about that.
What to do?
Really sorry.
I'll feel that one later.
I know you're just having a bit of fun. At least we got some XP out of it. Sorry. Okay, we can speak to them, but not after having killed them. So let me use the shapeshifter mask.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Yes, I've shapeshifted into Shrek. Were you alone when you died? Come on, Gavin. Come on. You're making fun of the dead now. That is just rubbing salt in the wound. Were you alone when you died?
That is... Boothia... Love...
What happened to you?
Intruders... Me... and... Butters... ruined...
What were you doing in the village? Or rather, who were you doing in the village?
Weapon... search... take... break... butters...
Who killed you?
Dog... split us up... ran us through...
Who'd you report to?
Absolute... only... goddess... Moonrise...
The spell's power wanes.
I can only apologise, buddy.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Did you have any valuables?
I've... nothing... looking for... weapon...
What weapon were you looking for?
from... crash...
The artifact. What were you doing in the barn?
Groko... baby boy... we tiger break... together...
Were you and Gruko in love?
love... yeah... good love...
Who killed you?
someone... interrupt... someone... stop falling...
Nice view of her neck there.
The spell's power wanes.
Okay, let's say bye to Shrek, Gavin. Okay. Yes, I feel bad. But they are cultists at the end of the day, so, you know, it is what it is. Okay, to end the episode, we are going to do another long rest, because we are out of spell slots, and I want to make sure that we're not missing any cutscenes, of course. So we'll do that really quick. Hi, Shadowheart.
I have something to ask.
I hope Mizora flies into the blades of a windmill for what she did to Will. Though, I must admit, the new look is a little dashing.
We might be able to talk with everyone about that, actually. Okay, let me check. You and Mizora seem to know each other. How?
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. She favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted.
I can see why you were so keen to escape.
No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
Do you think she'll keep coming after you?
I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
What do you know about the city of Elturel falling into Avernus?
It wasn't all that long ago. I never knew the whole of how and why, but I remember the devils slavering with delight. I should have looked after the Elturans more. Gone out of my way to make sure they were all right. The long and short of it was, I didn't want to risk my neck. I let them get on with the nightmare, same as I had to. But Avernus is no place for decent folk. I'm glad they got out. So glad.
That didn't work. We've still got the bloody cult symbol thing. Also, I suppose that's interesting. What is that symbol? Why did we... Man, I didn't even think about this. When we murdered her and we put her here, what's this symbol that we put around her? Okay, well unfortunately we're not going to wash away our sins that easily. That is a terrible shame. That is literally going to be there the whole game, isn't it? Heartbreaking.
Ah, my favorite traveling companion.
What do you think is waiting for us at Moonrise Towers?
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
Wait, we don't even know about Moonrise Towers yet, do we? Do we even have a lead to go there yet?
The Blade of Frontiers in the guise of a devil. I'd remark on the irony, but I'd hate to waste the breath. Still, it took guts to defy that petty patron of his. The Blade's sting is real.
Shovel is bored. Shovel wants to murder Eyes.
There'll be plenty of killing soon. What do you make of Raphael?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales. Don't you think?
You mean Raphael? We should at least consider his offer given our circumstances. And given my circumstance.
He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with. And then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure. But the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
But we also don't know what the Dark Urge is truly capable of yet. How does it feel to be a devil?
It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck, not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see?
A fiend who's been touched by the hells. I don't know what to make of it.
Then, I'll fight ever harder. Be ever stronger. Till my deeds eclipse my appearance. The people will see a curiosity. Maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters. Keep them safe. And one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again.
You should get out of this pact.
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to.
There must be some loophole in the contract that lets you out.
There could well be. She has the blighted thing. What I know of it is simply what has engraved itself upon my memory. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads.
I just fear what she will do next. What she will do to me. No, stop it, Gavin, stop it!
I'm so sorry to give you another reason to sleep restlessly, but it's my burden to bear. She won't touch you unless there's something there for her to take. Don't give her so much as an inkling there might be.
Well, there's one thing she could take. Gavin's virginity. I guess Astarion better get there before she does. I wonder how we're gonna play Will's storyline this time. Because when we get to the big choice of whether to break the pact and doom his father to die, or... I mean, it's clear there that breaking the pact is the better option, because we can still save his father. But if we get him to keep the pact, can we still get him to become the Duke instead, maybe? Because if not, I'd like to break the pact like we did last time, and then encourage him to become the Duke instead, rather than him becoming the Blade of Avernus, and see how that plays out instead. Because I feel like keeping him in the pact is definitely... I mean, the worst option for his storyline, right? But I would like to see how it plays out.
I can't help feeling Will got off lightly. The wrath of the hells is second only to the wrath of the heavens. Having a devil in our camp will certainly make things interesting. Never a dull day, is there?
I was wondering, that condition of yours, why does it require magic?
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
Okay, there we are. On that note, we're gonna long rest. I was gonna end the episode, I forgot I haven't actually long rested. The only time he's truly happy when he's petting a dog or getting sucked on by Astarion. Right, let's go to sleep. For long rest? Yeah, we're gonna have to. Everyone okay? No urges? No murdering going on? No. Good. Okay. Let me quickly cure the bloodlust before I forget.
This'll cure you.
Yeah. And
At least things have stayed interesting.
there we are. We will end this episode here. The prospect of having a butler is very intriguing, I gotta say. Having a butler that's potentially going to tempt us to be more evil, to embrace the Dark Age maybe, and getting these little snippets, these breadcrumbs of what we actually were before we lost our memory is... I'm hooked. I'm really, really hooked, and I'm really enjoying this. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.